Hello again, guys. Kilby Sports here again today, and today a baseball video, guys. I decided I'd do this. I'm not big on baseball, but bear with me if you guys are baseball fans. I'm not an expert on that sport, but I'm just gonna give my predictions for the playoffs this year. Okay, so. First game, I believe is the first game. Should be. The wild card game. We know this is one game. It's like football, one game for the wild card round. And it's between the Twins and the Yankees. Now, I'm a Red Sox fan, and I've seen what the Yankees can do, but I know the Twins are a good team. They've won 80-something games. So the Yankees have won 80-something games, but I feel like the Yankees... they're predicated on hitting the ball well. They have two young studs in Aaron Judge, who I still think is going to be the MVP for the AL. And then you got Gary Sanchez, another stud. Aaron Judge was on like that kind of a swoozing skid, or he was on like he wasn't really hitting a lot of home runs. He was like, I think it was like 6 he hit or something after All-Star break, and then he just blossomed into hitting multiple home runs, and he's found his swing. He's got his groove back now. So I think that's what makes them win. They're kind of a red-hot team, I think, right now. So I'm going to pick them to beat the Twins. And I don't know who's pitching. I don't know who's pitching the game, but either way, I still think the Yankees are going to win. I think they're going to win big, too. Okay, and then the other wild card game, we got the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Two teams in the same division. And I think that this one is going to go to the Diamondbacks. This is why. You got Paul Goldschmidt, you got Jake Lamb. See, and I know a little bit of baseball. I know those two guys. And I think Zach Greinke, who we know is a great pitcher, is going to be pitching this game. And then the Rockies have their best pitcher, but their pitching I don't think is great. So the Rockies, if they win because of Charlie Blackmon, Nolan Arenado. Jeez. See, I'm kind of cliche with baseball. I'm going to say the big name players. But this is a sports channel. I got to do my predictions. But I think the Arizona Diamondbacks are a little bit better than the Rockies. They have a better record, so I think for one game, I think they're going to pull it out. They're going to win. Okay. Now we can get into these divisional games. Now, you guys know I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'm going to be honest when I say it. I don't think we're going to win this series. I think we won't. I don't think we're going to win the series. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to fess up when I don't think my home sports team is going to win. I don't think we're going to win the series. Best of 5. I'd say it'll go to 5, and I'm going to take the Astros 3-2 in the series. I think the Astros are just a better team. Obviously, Jose Altuve, George Springer, the pitching. They have Justin Verlander to go with the pitching. They have great pitching. They have great hitting. They've been winning games. There's a reason why that they've won 90-plus games. And obviously, there's a reason for the Red Sox to win 90-plus games. But I feel like that they're just going to be a better team in this series. Obviously, I think our team's great. It's a good future. But the Astros, they're hungry. They're going to want to win. Look what happened with the Hurricane. They're going to win this series. 3-2. They'll move on. And they'll move on against the Indians because the Indians are going to beat the Yankees. I think that this will also go to 5. That'd be a good series, though. The Yankees and the Indians. I think the Indians right now are just a red-hot team. They want that awesome winning streak they had. They're just a red-hot team. They got Corey Kluber, who could be the Cy Young Award winner. Obviously, Francisco Lindor. Who is that guy right now who they traded for? I can't think of his name. but you guys know who I mean. As I said, I'm not good with baseball, but you know who I'm talking about. But yeah, they'll win this series. They got great pitching. They're winning games. They're red hot. They're going to win this series in 5 games. Okay, back to the NL. We got the Cubs. We got the Nationals. Now, the Cubs are the defending World Series champions. But this is where I think we have an upset, and I think the Cubs are going to win this series. I think Washington's a better team, but I'm going to pick the Cubs. I think the Cubs are going to want to repeat, and I think they're going to win this series. I think they win this series. Just call me crazy, but I think they win this series 3-1, right? Did they win the series if it's 3-1? They should. Okay. Yeah, 3-1. I think they're going to win this 3-1. The Nationals, obviously, they're a great team and everything, but I just feel like they're going to be the Toronto Blue Jays of last season, because I remember the Toronto Blue Jays made it all the way to the conference series. They're going to win this series, in 3-1. I think Chris Bryant's obviously great. Anthony Rizzo's great. They're pitching, obviously, John Lester. Great pitcher. He was on the Red Sox. They're a good team. They have John Maddon, a great coach to have. So I think the Cubs are going to win, even though Nationals have Zimmerman. They have Bryce Harper. They have Daniel Murphy. But I think the Cubs are just going to pull off an upset. It's got to be an upset somewhere, you know? Okay. And the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks, I'm going to pick the Dodgers. I think they're going to sweep them. Actually, no, I'm not going to sweep them. I'm sorry. They'll go 3-1 again. The Dodgers have won the most games in MLB for a reason. There's a reason why they're at 100 wins. Obviously, they're riding the coattail of Cody Bellinger. What's his name? Turner. I forget his name, but Turner. You know who I'm talking about. And then pitching, you obviously have Clayton Kershaw. They picked up Yu Darvish, I think. I don't forget the guy's name. I know his last name is Turner. I'm thinking of like a coach from like the NFL, North Turner. I don't know his name. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at baseball. But I felt like I had to do this. So the Dodgers, they move on, and they'll be playing the Cubs. And then the Houston Astros will be playing the Indians. Conference Series, Indians versus Astros. I'm picking the Indians to win 3-1. This is best of 7 now. Okay, best of 7. I'm gonna pick them to win 4-2. 4-2. 6 games. Again, red hot team. I mentioned who they have. I feel like they're just gonna be a great team. They're just red hot. They got hot at the right time. They're a winning team, and they lost them this World Series last year, so they're gonna want to win. They haven't won one since 1948. So, as much as it hurts, I think that they're good. I feel like the Indians are gonna win that series in 6 games. Excuse me. Moving on. There will not be an upset here. The Dodgers will win this series, and they'll win it in 7 games. 4-3. I feel like the Dodgers have more firepower. They're young. They're going to make it. The Cubs were young last year, and they made it to the World Series. Same story for the Dodgers. They're young. They're going to want to win a World Series. They're going to make it. It's going to be a battle between the 2 top teams in baseball. It's going to be the Dodgers. It's going to be the Indians. And I am going to pick the Indians. Yep. It's the most popular pick. It's a cliche pick, but I'm taking the Indians. I just feel like if you're hot, we've seen this. If you're a hot team in any sport, you're gonna probably have a good chance of winning. They're hot. Okay? This team knows how to win baseball games. This team is good. They can hit the ball. They're good at defense. They got good pitching. Again, the Dodgers are the same thing. I would have said the Dodgers if they kept up their streak because they were dominating, but then they kind of fell off a little bit. So I feel like that's just an extra motivation for the Indians because they lost last year's World Series. I think they're going to win the World Series, and I predict in a nice 7-game series. I think that there will be a 3-1 lead getting blown here. I just don't know why. I feel like that just fits with the story. The Dodgers blow a 3-1 lead. I just feel like it's going to happen. The Indians, they blew a 3-1 lead. Maybe they come back from a 3-1 lead. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. My champions, the World Series champions, will be the Indians. They get revenge. Again, I'm awful. I think it's, is it J.D. Martinez, I think? Is that a ding, ding, ding? I don't know. What is that guy's? A Turner for the Dodgers. I think it's J.D. Martinez, right? There's also another guy named Jay Bruce. See, I'm kind of remembering things right now, but Corey Kluber, Francisco Lindor, they're a good team. They're going to want to win. So yeah, Indians, World Series champions. Let me know who you guys have. I feel like KB Wrestling's about to come on here and say the Red Sox. If you're watching this, KB Wrestling, let me know. But again, I got the Indians. I'm a fessed up one. I feel like our team's not going to make it. But yeah, I'm QLB Sports, and I am out.